Okay, we're here at BETT in East London and we're with Adobe, who are showing off their digital tools to the educational world.
So this year at BETT, mobile apps have been really popular. We've got a whole suite of mobile apps from Adobe this year on offer on lots of devices, iOS, Chromebooks, Microsoft Surface, and everybody's been asking about them. Really popular in schools this year, and everybody's really excited about them. So are we, that they're so popular. You can draw, you can create fantastic slideshows, you can edit video, you can do all manner of things with the Adobe mobile apps.
I just love how Adobe brings creativity in your classroom.
So I would say that Adobe is one of those services that I'm actually very happy to pay for their monthly subscription fee, because I feel like I'm getting a lot of it already, and I think it's fair that if I'm making money out of it, it's fair to me that I pay back to them.
Hey, I'm Tony Harmer. I'm a solutions consultant at Adobe UK, and I look after the design segment and mobile ideation. What I'm going to do today is I'm going to show you just a couple of things that are possible in our mobile apps, which are now becoming available on the Chromebook. So if I add some colour just so you can see, it's like having a ginormous box of coloured pencils. In fact, there would have to be millions and millions of them for me to be able to carry those around. You'll see that the strokes respond to the velocity. We've got some funky brushes here. A brush that is really amazing is the watercolour brush. Now I'm going to just brush across like so. I'm actually going to flood some of this with colour. I'm going to deliberately brush over this side here. And then if you watch the paint, you'll see that the paint is just as if it was applied to a wet ground. So it starts to bleed out into that. If I add another colour, okay, so if I go over the top of that, you'll see that the two things interact, okay, and that carries on bleeding out. And you'll see here that if I brush across this, and I'm just going to go backwards and forwards, you can see how that blends. Okay, now the paint itself, talking about it as if it's a real thing, hilarious, but the paint is self-interacting, but it's interacting much less in these areas where I just brushed. Here, flooding it, that would wake up any paint in the real world too. And if you want to see some examples of what some people have done with the app, you can look at the community galleries that exist around the app, and you can see just what some people have done in this application alone, which is just amazing.
So I think one of the greatest things about this week has been really getting to grips with some of the new mobile app software and demonstrating that to other people, because we've had a lot of positive feedback. Because, for a start, people love free stuff, and secondly, they're all really powerful and really cool, and they've got a lot of educational applications which people have been really excited about, and it's just great to see that enthusiasm from people.
We're here at the Adobe stand at BETT 17, which is the largest exhibition of education technology in Europe.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is we're going to create a new project in Common. So I'm going to tap the icon at the bottom of the screen and I'm going to choose a format. So what I'd like to do here is I'm going to use a print format and I'm going to create an A4 portrait document. And then I can start to build this document by simply making gestures. So I'd like an image at the top, so I'm going to draw a cross gesture like so and pull this up into the top left hand corner, and then I can just grab hold of one of the corner handles and bring that out. I'd also need a headline, so I'll make a gesture like so and I'm going to drag that into place on top of the image. Then I'm going to need a paragraph or two of text, so I'll just start out by adding one paragraph on the left, again with a gesture, and then I'm going to use a plus gesture to get that replicated on the right hand side. A simple lasso gesture allows me to pick both of those items up, and what I can then do is I can align them using the controls at the bottom of the screen and also change their spacing if I need to. So I'll drag that into place, and I've got guides that help me position that across Documents page itself. I'll do that, and then I'm going to add a few other things. So I'd also like a rounded rectangle to go behind my text. So if I bring that out like so, if I double tap on it, I can then pinch to change the size, and I can even twist that around if I needed to. Double tap outside and the crop is applied. And there you go. Really easy to work with.
Yeah, I've been on the BETT stand at Adobe 2017. I've been demonstrating Spark. It's an amazing product, and I use it lots with my students in school. I'm an art teacher. It's just intuitive to use, don't have to learn it. It's very professional looking, produces great presentations, and really it's about the power of story. It's getting students to tell stories and get them engaged.
Hey, so here we are, we're wrapping up at BETT now. This all done, we've had so many people through. It has been a real blast. They came along looking like this and left looking like this. They've been blowing minds, inspiring people, really, really engaging, and it's been fabulous. It's been a really great time. Loved it.